Insert fare card. Sweet, we're off. Let's do this.
Kendall is ready to ride.
And here comes the bus.
Well, technically it's the health line, and she's taking it for the very first time.
We're just passing up all the cars.
Wave goodbye to traffic, Kendall.
I'm really impressed with how easy this has been. I can't say enough about it.
Right back at you, Kendall. It's easier than you think, Cleveland. Get your personal starter kit today and get ready to ride RTA.com.
The College Now Resource Center is here to help adult learners and traditional students achieve their educational goals. 65% of open jobs in Ohio require higher education, but only 39% of adults have at least an associate's degree.
I knew what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to get there. College Now opened so many doors for me and helped me through the process.
College Now provides free counseling on college planning, career training, financial aid, and student loan consolidation. It's never too late to take control of your future, so stop into the College Now Resource Center today.
Thanks for tuning in to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. St. John's Church, located in Ohio City, is one of the oldest in the state and has been a spiritual home to mayors, senators, and captains of industries. But its real significance is serving as a home to those without power or prestige. All of these efforts became known as Station of Hope, a temporary refuge for those seeking freedom along the Underground Railroad. The community collaborated with the Friends of St. John's Group in 2013 to bring the once vacant space back to life. Through that partnership, Station of Hope has breathed new life in Ohio City, as we recently witnessed at an event held at the church.
You know, the story of the Underground Railroad in Cleveland was a story of a lot of people helping to work against the institution of slavery, work against the injustice of what it was. And what we have here today is a group of Clevelanders coming together to celebrate our history and our legacy. You know, but today isn't just about history. We've got a lot of things going on in Cleveland, and having this church remind us of where we're supposed to be and who we are supposed to be is a good way for us to come together. And I'm just grateful to see so many people. We think we've got about 4,000 people here tonight, and we've got 50 different performances, 200 different performers, 5 different stages. It's just a really exciting night for Cleveland, and we're really proud of everybody.
And a year and a half ago, Joe Simperman came to us. He said, would you help us do something to bring awareness to this important historical place where an entire neighborhood came together to help the freedom seekers get north. St. John's Church, it's an Episcopal church, and this is a place where slaves came here as they were seeking freedom, and the entire neighborhood worked together, violating the law of the land to help these people into freedom. So we came together to create an artistic event. We call it Station Hope, which is Cleveland's name on the Underground Railroad.
Congressman Louis Stokes was at the event and spoke on the significance of its history right here in Cleveland.
Here in our city was a church that reached out and said, here you can come, here you can sleep, here you can get food until you move on to your next station. My, what a history. How proud you must be. How proud we are that this church was a part of that history of freedom for black slaves from the South.
After years of planning, the African American Cultural Garden project in Rockefeller Park is finally underway. The overall purpose of the gardens are to promote peace and understanding throughout our community and give a sense of history. Mayor Frank Jackson was joined by a host of civic leaders for a ceremonial groundbreaking of Phase 1 of the $2 million project.
Well, today's event, as you know, is the phase 1 in what is a 2 or 3 phase construction African American garden. Now, the African American garden is just part of the African American cultural gardens, of which there are many, many, many. And Booker Tall, who there was mentioned earlier, really was the man who had a dream along with other people some decades ago. And so, as I was said to someone else, it's really an honor for me to be able to fulfill his dream, because without his dream, I wouldn't be able to do it. And so it worked out, so I'm happy for him and his family.
This has been a long time coming, and my cup runneth over with excitement. So I want everyone to enjoy it and take in just what's going on here. Very, very monumental. We stand on the shoulders of giants that have put forth so much effort to make sure that this transpire, and my cup runneth over with excitement. I'll let you know that. Thank you very much.
City leaders spoke about the significance of the garden.
This garden is necessary to complete the cultural gardens, to provide educational context, a source of pride for not only the African American community, but for the Glenville community and the entire Cleveland community. That broad achievement, that being at the beginning, the starting point, is what we are celebrating today.
So people need to understand, I think you do, the context of today. It is a hope realized. It was a hope of a community realized after so many starts and stops. And Mayor Jackson said that he was going to do it on his watch, and Mayor Jackson is fulfilling his promise to us, and his other promise is that it will continue and will be completed. So to Mayor Jackson, thank you.
About $1.5 million is still needed for the entire project, and the goal is to have it done by year's end. For more information, you can visit Cleveland Cultural Gardens website at culturalgardens.org, and of course, stay tuned to TV20 for that full groundbreaking. By assisting in the funding and design of signage and the rehabilitation of storefront buildings, the City of Cleveland Storefront Renovation Program helps neighborhood districts become more attractive, economically viable, and diverse places to visit and shop. The program is in its 20th year and recently held their annual awards ceremony at the Music Box Supper Club to honor the individuals who have helped our city continue to thrive.
The heart of a city is its people, and its people live in neighborhoods. And I also include downtown as a neighborhood. And that we want to make Cleveland and its neighborhoods of choice, where people choose to live, work, play, and do business. And in order to do that, we have to create the amenities that make that neighborhood a place where people do want to live, work, play, and do business.
It's hard to believe how this time has flown, and it may be the longest partnership that I'm aware of inside of JP Morgan Chase, of a public-private partnership like this. And to have it 20 consecutive years to celebrate the great accomplishments that are taking place in this room, in this city. And if you fan through this booklet, it's just amazing to see some of the impact that is happening right here in our city.
Every time I look out into Cleveland, I think of my dad, because we're really the same way. This is a city that works very hard. This is a city that sometimes needs a little bit of a shine, needs a freshly pressed shirt, and goes back out there and has inherent in the structure of our neighborhoods this underlying dignity. And it's a dignity that comes from the work that our citizens do, and it comes from the leadership that we have in our business community and our nonprofit community, and especially within the city of Cleveland.
On April 17th, pieces of the National City building fell onto East 6th Street, crushing a van, but luckily no citizens. But a vehicle isn't the only thing to be damaged from the incident. Independent businesses along East 6th have been feeling it too, thanks to the partial road closure and scaffolding hanging over the sidewalks, making it seem as if the shops are closed. Cleveland's Department of Economic Development, along with many partners including Councilman Joe Simperman, created a way to lure customers back to the businesses with a week-long lunch mob.
And these are all local small businesses. They're not big chains or anything like that, so they're working hard to make a buck every single day. They got the same bills to pay: rent, employees, inventory, and so we're out here to really help them and help drive people to their businesses during this little bit of a challenging time for them.
All week long while dining out, people had a chance to enter a drawing to win gift cards from various businesses. Councilman Joe Simperman and members of the Department of Economic Development drew the names of the winners at the end of the week.
Director, what do you think about today?
Well, I'm very excited that so many people have showed up all week to really support these businesses, and it's a joint effort between council and administration working together because of these businesses. I think that they work very hard, all of our small businesses in Cleveland. The fact that businesses from across the city donated gift cards to support their fellow businesses, I think that's a great thing, and it says a lot about the city of Cleveland.
It's been a real success for us, it really has. And we really appreciate, everybody. Our customers have come through, and it's been a really community thing. It really has been.
That's wonderful.
Thank you again to everyone who supported Bricks on 6th. To learn more about all the wonderful developments happening in Cleveland, how you can open a small business, and much more, visit rethinkcleveland.org. Mr. Robert L. Davis, a utilities professional with over 28 years of experience, was recently sworn in as the Director of Public Utilities for the City of Cleveland by the Honorable Mayor Frank Jackson.
He is not just someone who learned it through books. He is actually gone up through the ranks. He has been a laborer, a water line repairman, a meter reader, a plant operator, and he has been a superintendent of water in both the city of Warren and in Campbell, Ohio. So it gives you an indication that this is a hands-on man, that you're not going to snow him, because he will understand what you are doing because he has been through the ranks. And so I really am glad to have him here today as we swear him in as Director of Public Utilities.
I do believe that together everyone accomplishes more, not just one person does it. So I look forward to the position, and I take the position very seriously. And so I will certainly do my best as it relates to the quality of service that we provide to the city of Cleveland.
The Union Miles Development Corporation has a mission to improve the quality of life in the Union Miles neighborhood through community organizing, housing, and economic development. The Union Miles Agriculture and Green Landscaping Incubator is a program designed to meet this goal, and the first class of graduates were recently awarded at a ceremony honoring them for all their hard work.
I'd like to say welcome to everybody, especially to our mayor and everybody. You're important. Congratulations to the first class. We're proud to help you strive on to be better in the community and give back to the Union Miles Development Corporation. Thank you again. Welcome.
What you have done is you've taken a great ideal and great ambition and you operationalized it. And you made it into something. You personalized it. And as a result of that, you are now able to not just have a conversation about what should be done or what somebody should not be doing. You now have an opportunity to make it all happen.
The guest speaker of the ceremony was the author of the novel, Giving Up is No Option, Your Purpose is Calling, Nate Phillips, who spoke words of encouragement to the graduates.
So you're gonna find these rocks and everything, and you're gonna keep open to opportunities. You're gonna have more shared with you. Some opportunities are gonna happen that you don't even know is coming. Just because the direction and the journey that you've landed on, there are opportunities that are going to seek you now. And we started out with prayer, so I'm a firm believer in good, orderly direction. Good, orderly direction. And that's gonna take you a long way.
When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll find out how local students are getting a chance to be rock stars with CMSD TV reporter Shannon Kantner.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Searching for help with dachshund breeding.
How can I help my daughter with her reading?
Information on hot water heating.
No. Sarah's bright, but when she's reading, she has trouble sounding out the words.
World music, playing track now.
No.
Let me try. Our daughter gets confused about which details in a story are important.
Which paper towels are most absorbent? What? Here are 5 product reviews.
Why are you not getting me?
See, I told you.
Wait, I was trying to show you how Sarah feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Performing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame isn't just for inductees. Thousands of Cleveland students recently had that honor at the 16th annual Rock Your World with STEAM Family Festival, a day-long event to celebrate and showcase students' talents across the district. But before the big performance, there were a lot of rehearsals. Our CMSD reporter Shannon Kantner shows us how practice makes perfect.
In just a few days, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and the Great Lakes Science Center will be transformed for one of CMSD's biggest events of the year, the 16th annual Rock Your World with STEAM. And I got an inside look at how students are preparing to rock Cleveland's world with science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. As the song goes, we will rock you, and that's just what thousands of CMSD students plan to do. Practicing for the performance of a lifetime, like so many legends have before.
I like being up on that stage and like looking out at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's really fun.
The Campus International student plays clarinet and sings in the All-City Choir. Students from dozens of schools across the district will play and sing tunes by Rock Hall inductees like Stevie Wonder, Queen, and Michael Jackson.
I'm trying to get across to them that, especially for this concert, playing at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, that they can play any style of music on their instrument. You can just take it out, play it with the radio, and so I think that's really exciting for the students. So you can play classical music, Western European, as well as popular music of today.
Music is only one part of the day-long family festival, though. Students showcase their talents in many other ways through STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math.
It is a massive, massive celebration of the excellence of the students of our district. Inside the Rock Hall, outside the Rock Hall on the plaza, and inside the Great Lakes Science Center, there is non-stop entertainment and, most importantly, a demonstration of the excellence of our students district-wide.
Including 7 stages of performances, like a sneak peek at the All-City musical Memphis, plus a robotics competition and interactive activities fun for the whole family.
I would welcome and encourage members of the community, whether they've got a connection to Cleveland Metropolitan School District through a student or not. I would welcome them to come down and experience the event for themselves.
Because the students are ready to rock.
I like to work with different kids in different schools and to learn. It's going to be very fun. We'll be very nervous.
The songs that we do are really fun, happy, and it's at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that's crazy.
If you want to rock your world with STEAM, the event runs from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. on May 16th, and for more information, you can visit clevelandmetroschools.org. Reporting from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Shannon Kantner, CMSD TV.
Thanks, Shannon. Many of those students are also performing in the All-City musical Memphis. It runs May 22nd through May 24th at the Ohio Theater in Playhouse Square. When we return to the weekly news wrap-up, we'll get an update on how all of our sports teams are doing with reporter Christian Patterson.
One day, when the glory comes,
it will be ours.
Dr. King, what's your next move?
In March from Selma to Montgomery.
Selma is loud for every man, woman, and child.
We will not wait any longer.
In front of a crowd.
Mine eyes have seen the glory. Glory, glory, hallelujah.
Hey, what are you doing?
Just throwing your empty bottle in the garbage.
Don't you know plastics go in the blue container?
Mayor Frank Jackson and the City of Cleveland are committed to keeping your neighborhood clean and green through the use of the city-issued trash and recycling carts. It's safe, convenient, and mandatory. For more information, contact the Cleveland Division of Waste Collection at 216-664-3717.
How did you get to be so smart?
I had a good teacher.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Christian Patterson, and here's a look at what's going on in sports. The Cavs appear to be a stronger, more dangerous team now than they were at the start of the playoffs. The supporting cast showed its true colors with the likes of Matthew Dellavedova, Tristan Thompson, and Iman Shumpert coming through in a big way behind the Cavs' wounded Warriors. They have to conjure up even more of that same tenacity if they're to overcome a Hawks team that's healthier and more experienced as a collective unit. Fortunately for the Cavs, they should have some distinct advantages over the Hawks. For one, the front court combination of Thompson and Mozgov has the size, strength, and tenacity to take advantage of the Hawks tandem of Al Horford and Paul Millsap. Irving should be a credit to the Cavs on offense as well. Hopefully his injuries won't be problematic when attempting to contain quick guards like Jeff Teague and Dennis Schroeder. But the biggest upside for the Cavs is LeBron James. Regardless if you believe he is still the best player on the planet, there's no doubt that LeBron James is the best player in the Eastern Conference Finals. That simple fact has worked in his favor many times before. That's the reason he is headed to his 5th straight Eastern Conference crown. The Cleveland Indians are still looking to break out of this early season slump that has them in last place in the AL Central. But a breakout performance from ace Corey Kluber could be a step in the right direction. The reigning AL Cy Young winner was 0-5 with a 5.04 ERA through his first 7 starts before absolutely dominating the St. Louis Cardinals. He allowed just 1 hit in 8 shutout innings, walking none and striking out 18 before being lifted with a pitch count of 113. Kluber's dominance effectively overshadowed another huge week from second baseman Jason Kipnis, who is now hitting .340, .400, and .510 on the year as he has returned to all-star form after a disappointing 2014 season. The Cleveland Browns are getting things in order to make sure they have all their ducks in a row for training camp. After striking a deal with nose tackle Danny Shelton, the Browns agreed to terms with offensive lineman Cameron Irving. These are the Browns' 2 first-round picks. They've also signed 4th-round wide receiver Vince Mayle and 7th-round linebacker Hayes Puller. Phil Taylor only played 5 games this past season due to 2 separate knee injuries on the same knee. He is in the final year of his contract that will pay him a guaranteed $5.4 million. Hopefully his knee is ready for camp. The Burning River Roller Derby is Cleveland's first all-female skater-owned flat-track derby league, following the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. They opened their season against the team that represents Pittsburgh, and we got an up-close look at the Derby and the tough women that participate.
Burning River Roller Derby is in its 9th season, and we are part of the Women's Flat Track Derby Association. And basically what we do is we play flat track roller derby. It is a full contact sport. You think about football and how it's a full contact sport and they wear a lot of pads. We wear gear as well. And we work hard. We are a volunteer run organization.
If I mispronounce it, please just look back.
Even though roller derby is still relatively new in the world of sports, its members don't use it as an excuse for its lack of popularity among the masses. Take a listen as to what motivated current members to join the sport today.
I've been skating my entire life. So I've been speed skating since I was 4 years old, and I break dance on roller skates, and I did short track ice speed skating back in the day. So roller derby was just the natural next step for me. As soon as I graduated college and I had health insurance, I joined the team.
Skating happens in my family. We had birthday parties at the roller rink, and I wanted to get involved with roller derby because
You get to hit girls and roller skate. What more fun is that? You know, it's a really fun thing to do.
At first glance, roller derby may seem like a difficult concept to understand. But if you keep in mind two simple aspects of the game, you'll find yourself being a fan in no time. Scoring is done when the jammer or the skater with the different colored cap on their head skates past the pack of players. On their second pass, the jammer gets a point for every blocker they pass. It's as simple as that.
I have been a part of the team since 2011. I started on a team in Akron in 2010, and then I came up here in 2011.
I've been involved with Burning River. I tried out in 2009 and have been skating. I did take a year off last year, but have been skating with the All-Stars team basically since 2010.
A common criticism about women's sports is the lack of physicality shown while playing. The Burning River Roller Derby answers the critics with a new exciting form of entertainment in the world of women's sports.
I am Chandler Guy here with Kat Lacey and the Mother Kittens, and here we go.
I mean, you definitely have to be tough, both physically and mentally. Most of our girls, we cross-train and we're in the gym or we're doing CrossFit in addition to our regular practices. And not to mention the mental tenacity needed, you know, to play a sport like this and play a team sport.
Roller derby has this tendency to basically take over your life. You know, we practice 2 to 3 nights a week. We bout on the weekends. So in addition to practicing on skates, we do a lot of cross-training. So a lot of girls, there's all different types of things that people do to cross-train.
Sometimes it can be quite difficult to find girls as committed and physically capable enough to take part in the sport of roller derby. But if you think you have what it takes, here's how you can get involved.
One thing people think is that a roller derby girl or a roller derby skater is a certain type of person, but we have everybody from marketers such as myself to stay-at-home moms to people who like to knit to people that have played other sports to people that have never played a sport up until this time at all. So, you have people from all walks of life. And it's just a really diverse group, and it's just a really amazing community.
You know, anybody who's interested in roller derby should check out our, in Cleveland roller derby in particular, should check out our website, burningriverderby.com, or come check out talk to any of the skaters. We are always actively recruiting skaters.
Again, if you're interested in joining the up-and-coming sport of roller derby, you can visit Burning River Roller Derby website at www.burningriverderby.com or via email at recruiting@burningriverrollergirls.com. Or even better yet, you can visit them in person at their next home game, which will be held June 27th from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Clifford E. Orr Arena in Euclid, Ohio. Well, that's all I have for your TV20 Weekly Sports Wrap-Up. When we return from break, we'll have more with Leah.
As we go into the last inning, Tim, what do you think?
13 strikeouts, no walks, no errors. Luis Perez will go to the 7th, 3 outs away from a perfect game.
Welcome back to TV20's Weekly News Wrap-Up. For a lot of people, going to a 4-year college seems like an automatic choice when they graduate from high school. The reason is obvious: more income. But college isn't for everyone. Picking up a trade may be a better option for some.
I've been coming here since I was 12 years old. Okay. I would go to barber shop, see how the environment was. I love talking to people, helping them out. I love making everybody look fresh.
The Hone Barber College is a privately owned Ohio corporation, licensed and certified by the Ohio State Barber Board. But what does hone really mean?
Hone means to sharpen or to skill. Okay, and that's where the name came from. We wanted to sharpen the skills of any individual that wanted to do this for a living. It's an opportunity where if they're not college material, they can basically come here and use their art or their talent to develop a career.
Developing a career isn't the only thing these students gain from attending the Hone Barber College. They also learn how to manage their own business.
I'm a future entrepreneur. I want my own barbershop.
Okay.
One day I want my own school. Ms. Rice, a good woman, gave me opportunity so I can start here. One of the best opportunities I've had in my life, a life changer, most definitely. So I appreciate her for that. It's definitely a great school.
The Home Barber College, we has a curriculum that is unparalleled to any other barber school, not just in the city of Cleveland, but in the whole state of Ohio. And the icing on the cake is the fact that our tuition is lower than any other school in the state. We offer courses like social networking, business finance, shop management. These are just bonus classes that our director, Mrs. Rice, has added on. You won't find that type of curriculum at any other barber school. We deal with all types of hair. We do permanent waving. Schools don't do that anymore. We got a lot of our students that graduate that's making an extra $500 a week because they are very well and proficient with coloring, things of that nature. And secondly, a lot of these guys, they were rejected by other barber schools. But our director, Miss Angela Rice, she took these guys in. She actually rallied for these guys, writing letters to the state when the state didn't even want them to attend barber school because of their checkered background. And that's why I wanted to be a part of this, because of the fact that the Ohio State Barber Board calls the Home Barber College the Harvard of barber schools.
Like many establishments of its kind, the Home Barber College offers customers more than a cut and a shave. They can get updates on Cleveland sports, happenings in the community, advice on women, and maybe even get a chance to meet the mayor. The local barbershop is a popular place in most communities, and it's a business that will be around forever.
Nowadays, you got to really look at the environment and what's going to last, and everybody has hair. So, you know, we're always going to need a barber, we're always going to need a doctor, we're always going to need a hospital, you know. So I looked at the longevity of it, and I just wanted to make sure that whatever I picked, I was able to take it as far as I can to feed my family and also to give back to the community. So that was my biggest reason on taking the barber industry on.
The Cleveland Water Department recently held an open house at the Garrett Morgan Water Treatment Plant to celebrate National Drinking Water Week. Over 2,000 visitors had a chance to see the water treatment process from start to finish, showing how water goes from Lake Erie to your home.
Yeah, we're standing right in front of the filter building. That's one of the treatment steps in the process of cleaning our water. We do coagulation and settling, which is where we settle the big particles out. That's behind the filter building here. And then we come through here and send the water through sand and gravel and anthracite coal. And that's one of the final steps where we're finishing the water, if you will, taking the remaining dirty particles out of the water. Lastly, we'll add some chlorine to make sure that we disinfect anything that may be left. And then from there, we pump it out to 1.4 million customers of the Cleveland water system. The Division of Water is one of the largest water systems in the country. We're the 9th largest water system in the entire country by some measures. We have 4 water treatment plants. Garrett Morgan here is just one of the 4. We have our Crown plant in Westlake, this plant, the Baldwin plant near University Circle, and the Nottingham plant in the Collinwood neighborhood. All 4 plants send water out into the system.
Other city departments were on hand to give information, and the Cleveland Metro Parks had educational activities for kids. We asked a couple of the visitors what they thought about the event.
And I saw how they cleaned the walls, I saw how they filtered water, and it was really fun, and at the end we got to do some fun activities.
Outstanding tour, and all our citizens of Cuyahoga County should come and go through one of these tours and to appreciate our water, because our bodies are made up of mostly water too, and you can't get purer water than in Cleveland.
If you would like more information on the Cleveland Water Department, visit their website, clevelandwater.com, or call 216-664-2444. Well, as you know, there's always something to do in the city of Cleveland, and here's a list of activities and events to enjoy. Operation Save a Life was created back in 1992 in partnership with the American Red Cross when Cleveland was experiencing a rise in deaths due to home fires. The goal of the program is to reduce fire deaths in the greater Cleveland area by installing smoke alarms and batteries to vulnerable populations. Cleveland firefighters and American Red Cross members gathered at West 80th and West 83rd Street around the Detroit Avenue area to help promote fire safety.
And we were going door to door and asking people if they have smoke detectors. If they do, we will come in with the Cleveland Fire Department, and we will check their smoke detector to make sure it's working. If they don't have a smoke detector, however, we have free detectors that the firefighters will install. We want smoke detectors on each floor of the house, including the basement, which is often overlooked. And so we find by coming door to door to communities that might be at risk, installing a life-saving smoke detector can change lives.
For more information on Operation Save a Life, visit the American Red Cross's website at redcross.org. If you'd like to see more of these stories in their entirety, tune in to TV20's Around Town and just check our schedule for times. That's all for your TV20 Weekly News Wrap-Up. I'm Leah Haslage. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the bottom line up front with City of Cleveland Media Relations Director Dan Williams.
As we go into the last inning, Tim, what do you think?
13 strikeouts. No walks. No errors. Luis Perez will go to the 7th. 3 outs away from a perfect game.
Listen to me. I am captain of the track team. And if I'm late,
She doesn't really think she's going to get out of here, does she?
be nice. She's new. Hello, is anyone there? Ugh!
Wow. Even from our standards, you look awful.
Oh, sweetie, what happened? Me? My friend Becky got to talk to this super cute boy, and I tried to act like I wasn't jealous, but I so totally was. And then out of nowhere, this concrete barrier just popped up. Maybe it was a semi.
You mean you were driving?
Yeah. I mean, I know the whole eyes on the road thing, but this was a super important text. Maybe you have to know, Becky.
Texting? Great.
But it was only like 5 seconds, and I'm a really, really fast texter, so it wasn't even a big deal. Actually, has she texted me back yet? Wow, I get like no bars in this place. I wonder if they have Wi-Fi here.